And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to VKH Live.
Good.
Let's just check and see. Oh yeah, my logo looks horrible in this. I don't know what happened to it on the live stream. Are you seeing this?
The VKH Live logo?
No,
I'm
just
aware of what it looks like.
No, just the VKH
the
logo.
The white circle?
No,
yeah, that's what I mean. The VKH logo.
The gray shadow just comes out really weird like that. So let me see if I can just perma-fix this real quick. What's going on, chat?
Does it look like that on the live?
Yeah, it does to me. Well, no, in our Hangouts.
Yeah.
In our Hangouts, it looks fine. On the live stream.
In our Hangouts, I see the circle coming out of it on my phone.
Just even by comparison, it looks like a train wreck. So I'm just gonna go ahead and screen share. For context, guys, Winona and I are both remote right now. Winona is on a bus, on her way back from a meet. I just happened to end up at a kava bar because I was trying to pick up something to wake me up from the all-night stream I did last night. I didn't really wake up till like 8 p.m.
Just so people know. Just so Jeff's default, the kava bar.
Yeah. Well, this is my local hangout place. But then my Uber was supposed to take me back, and he ditched me. And then all of a sudden, I was like, well, it's about time to start. So let's just do this.
Is it.
Oh, God. Best stream ever. Best stream. Best
no
stream.
Faces. Just Google pictures.
We are the best stream boys.
Both remote away from our home. We're so dedicated, you guys. We're streaming to you live from the street.
Yeah, so we're gonna both be local. Let us know if we ever robot out. Like if our voice starts like doing what Winona's just did to me.
Oh, great.
That'll probably happen a little bit. So just bear with us, I'm sure. But I think we can do it. Let's see. Sorry, what?
Unlike you, I'm on the move, so I'm pretty sure that'll happen to me a lot.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. They understand. Okay, so I will go for anybody who's watching this for the first time. This is not the best impression, but this is
not how we usually do this.
This is VKH Live. It is put on by VKH Press. It is a live show that we do every Saturday evening and sometimes on bonus days. And we are so committed that we are even doing it remotely, like right now. So that's, if you want to know how committed we are to making quote unquote quality content.
Yeah, real quality, Jeff. This is great.
That's how
top
committed.
Notch, top tier.
Well, we're committed to making content. So, but anyway, check out all of our links to our website and our social media in the description. We have recently integrated with Streamlabs, and our normal setup is much nicer. VKH is a volunteer-run site, so we appreciate any tips that you guys would donate through Streamlabs. It's basically like a super chat, but it's just like a link, and then you get to, you donate whatever you feel like it, and you leave a message, and then we will definitely see the message, and then that just guarantees that we will read it out on the air. We normally get to a lot of the chat anyway, and none of this is like needed or required. But if you just feel so led, tips are appreciated. So
if it's within the kindness of your heart to donate to VK today, please do.
Yeah. Okay, so summer's coming up, and we got quite a few releases to go through. So we're gonna start with the chat. I think we're gonna look at. Maybe I can change this to. Maybe I should change the window to something a little bit more centered and nice. Here, I'll give you guys a preview of what's coming up for the rest of May. Before I go through the chat. Okay, there.
There's one on there that just blows my mind, but I'll let you show them the preview first because mine comes at the end of May.
Okay. All right, I think we're good like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's look at the chat real quick.
Nice.
Kareen says, "Night by the Gazettes." How surprising!
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Asuka says Lynch 13.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
What is that? Is that that album?
I think that's their new album. That's gonna be a new album. I think it's gonna be great based on the singles they've been putting out. It's gonna be amazing. Have you seen?
Yeah.
If you've seen their new mini album, like they redid one of their old mini albums, and it has Sorrow on it and Preacher, and I love it. And it's amazing.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the name of it for my life right now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you was what that was, like what the Sorrow preview was promoting.
Yeah.
So it's a remake.
It's a re-recording of one of their older albums from I think November, and they just put out a new version of it, and it's so dope. I love it.
One of their older albums from like late last year.
Yeah, from like last year. They literally just took it and said this wasn't good enough, and they did it again. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, because the track list looked identical. Well, also, it's not just Preacher, right? It's also Sinners.
It's not just Preacher.
So it's like,
yeah, it's the Sinners. Yeah, that's what it was. It was Sinners, and it was like Shadow version or something like that.
Yeah, it's Sinners. No one can fake my blood, and blood is spelled like with the O with the stripe through it, like how the blood. Yeah. The blood B-side is
in Bloodthirsty Creature. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. Hold up. Here I go. I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself.
Okay. I hope this smooth jazz isn't powering in too strong over my voice. So, but let's see what else is in the chat. Because of course I need to say not what everyone else has said. Yeah, so you did. Yeah, no, that was a good one, Asuka, the Lynch. Okay. I'm seeing Gazette puns.
I'm free.
Girl is back. Girl who's from Japan.
Who's Girl?
We call her Girl from Japan because her username is Girl. I'm just normalizing that. Someone called her that in the chat the other day. But,
and now you're just making it official. Does Girl even appreciate that? Girl from Japan, do you appreciate that?
Yeah, I think yeah, she called herself it today, or just now.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Girl
right,
in
what's
Japan.
Up,
girl
in Japan. Girl, how you doing? Let me not.
No. Sorry, in
My
Japan.
My first taste of fresh air in hours, and this is how I feel.
Yeah, she's not from Japan. She's in Japan. So it's Girl in Japan.
Wow, I'm about to make some real bad MTV jokes and be like, "Hey, yo, girl, I got a question. What? Can I get your name? Can I get your number?"
Anyway.
Yeah, the back of your head is ridiculous.
God. Anyway, Girl in Japan.
I'm on the phone. Sorry.
What are you doing?
Oh no, I was telling someone I was on the phone.
Oh, okay. Girl in Japan says, "Hit me up." By the way.
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm walking.
But okay. Anyway, she says LMC's freshly announced album.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. No, it was actually announced at Techo, and I failed to get that news up because I was dying. But it was announced at Techo last month. They were like, "Yeah, so we're dropping an album in August," and we were like, "Oh snap!" And I didn't do anything. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
But
I mean, we definitely mentioned that on the live stream. So
no, yeah, we did. Yeah.
If you guys watch VKH Live, you got the inside scoop.
It was actually announced here first. Done. Boom. But yeah, they officially announced it yesterday, literally, I guess.
Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah, it was literally like Rhubarb just dropped it on her show, right?
No, like no, that
or was
too,
that
but
else?
like no. It was like right after the concert, like I was leaving the concert, I was in the car with Felix and we were driving back and I did the live stream and gave you like a live report. And I was like, by the way, they have a new album, I think. Something like that.
Yeah.
I told you what was going on. So yeah. I know that they like are hoping that they're going to have way more experimentation going on in that new album based on what they told me.
Yeah, we've had a lot of a surprising amount of live exclusives for us.
My leg, my body. It's dying.
Can you mute yourself while you squeal in pain?
I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'll muffle my cries.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah.
Something about surprising releases.
We've had a surprising number of. Hold on, I need to see if I'm. Okay, I'm saying the right thing. Sorry. We've had a surprising number of like live announcements and exclusives and stuff for as like little as we've been doing this. Winona, I'm about to mute you.
I'm gonna mute me. I'm sorry. I had to walk through grass and sandals and socks. This was terrible. I'm gonna mute myself, and you explain the releases as I walk to Burger King.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like more of a plan. Oh God. Okay. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and get into some of these releases, and I will talk about some of the ones that I am particularly excited about. And then we'll throw when Winona gets to Burger King, we'll throw it back over to you. So if you guys see anything on here that you want me to particularly dive into as we go through it, let me know. And you know, I can dive into it a little bit more. Otherwise, I will just pick out the stuff that it's pretty interesting to me, and Winona will probably do the same. And yeah, so let's see. I would say on here, like the first thing that is like really drawing my attention is the Breakin' Holiday single. For those of you,
that's right, that comes out.
Yeah.
I forgot.
For those of you,
that blows my mind too.
Yeah, actually, let me just like. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't scroll up really fast like that while it's on screen, like make the chat nauseous. Let me pull up our Breakin' Holiday intro article in the other screen. But Breakin' Holiday is formed by a number of notable band members from previous much beloved bands. Most notably, I would say, is
Deluhi.
Is it Jury?
Deluhi.
No, his name.
No, Jury and Leda? No, it's not Leda. Somebody else. What's his name? The guy who usually makes these bands break up.
What?
The bassist. Man.
Oh.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, it's Jury and Aggie.
It's Aggie. Yeah.
From Deluhi. So,
everything Aggie touches ends up breaking up.
Wow, you're just gonna like throw him under the bus like that, huh?
I wrote the article. I can do what I want.
Yeah, I guess so. You gave them life, you can take it away. I gave you your hype, I can kill it at the same time.
More accurately, they talk about God in that, so I guess by your logic, I'm God. No, let me not do that.
Well, yeah, that song was very obviously about you. So.
Oh yeah, clearly it's called Lilith. I'm Lilith. Duh. No. Yeah.
So basically, in addition to Jury and Aggie from Delhi, you got the guitarist Sakai Hiroaki, who I believe is where it says it here from 12012. Or Winona, can you say the Japanese version of that?
I got you. Ichi ni sero ichi ni.
Yeah, thanks. And then the drummer is Kaji, who used to be in and is now also in Rain. I don't know if he's currently still in Rain. Did I miss the drummer leaving in Rain? I don't think so.
I think Rain is on hiatus.
No. They just had an album come out. That can't be possible. But I'll look it up real quick. Let's see. No, yeah. See, like they just had an album drop at the beginning of the year. He must just be in both, I guess. So yeah, and they had a lyric video come out, and it was called Lilith, and there was an episode of our podcast VKH Breakdown where Winona did a great job going into
I went into that and just like tore it
dissecting what Lilith is about and the biblical and apocryphal explanations of both. Which one was that? Was that this most recent one or the last one we did?
No. Yeah, it was actually. I remember because I had to put the Breaking Holiday logo in that thumbnail.
Yeah, there it is. So, yeah. There it is.
It's right there. Yeah, wherever you see the logos of bands is where we talk about that band in those thumbnails.
Yeah, so this was the last podcast episode we did. We will be doing more. I'm working on one that's already been recorded. Yeah, so but this last one we did was a news blast, and we did, we covered a bunch of stuff. But yeah, so if you want to check out exactly like, all the biblical themes they're dissecting, because it's like a lot. I would.
It's really like one. Just that one is like not known, so I had to explain it in that podcast.
Oh yeah. That's right. My mistake. So it's not. It's just like a deep cut, right? Because it's like
a real deep cut. Yeah.
It's the apocryphal book of something. It's the Lilith story. It's an alternative Genesis story.
I tell you who Lilith is and why she's not mentioned in today's Bible, basically.
Yeah. No, save it for the because you did talk about that in the podcast as well. So,
no, yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
I did that in the podcast, yeah.
So go check that. Yeah, so go check that out. Asuka says, I liked 12012's vocalist. Do you know if he's up to anything? Do you know if he's up to anything? I don't know.
I heard some stories, and I don't know. This is like, they're like old stories, though, and they're not relevant to what he might be doing now. There's a dog in the car next to me. Wow, okay. Walk away. But as far as the vocalist of 12012 goes, I don't know if he's doing anything right now. I know that one of the members of 12012, though, they're also in More.
Yeah, that's
with the one ex-member of the Gazette too. So
I'm seeing hints that's or little. I don't know how true this is, but I'm seeing somewhere that he's a producer now.
That might be true. That could be. A lot of times when somebody leaves a band, they either end up owning a label, producing music, or they keep going with bands.
That's
or they end up as graphic designers. That's the other one.
That's Lori was telling me that's how Kerberos, Vivarush's record label got started. It's because the CEO was in Clack Inc. And then when Clack Inc.
he was also in Eve, I think, or his name was Eve. I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can find what he's been producing, but
good luck with that.
Yeah, this is going to be a long-term project, but
it's hard to find producers like specifically. Like the only ones we can follow right now are Rio from Gilgamesh and that other guy that I found and showed you. Remember, Jeff? He has a solo project. I forgot his name and I forgot what bands he's in, but he's pretty solid. He produces Nocturnal Bloodlust stuff.
Yeah. If you can find him, we can talk about him too.
I'll find him. I follow him on Twitter now. I was just so impressed. I was like, yo, this is dope.
Okay. Hisoku says, I fell asleep during the stream before you became... he's talking to Asuka. Okay, so Hisoku said, I fell asleep on the stream last night.
I think that's happened a couple times to a few people who watch the streams late at night.
Yeah, you didn't. I mean, you could go back and watch the stream. So it was.
It's on DVR.
I was ranting till the end. So.
So I found the person. I found the guy. His Twitter handle is fucking Katsuya.
Great.
So yeah, FUCKINKATSUYA, and then his work handle on Twitter is Katsuya_works. And he has a solo project called, I think it's called Misanthropist, and they released a single along like last year. And we haven't seen any new music from him specifically, but they've been active as a session band. And that one single that they put out was really nice. That was really good, in my opinion, for a first single.
Yeah.
But since then, he's just been producing like Nocturnal Bloodlust's work. So.
Was he on SoundCloud? That Miss?
I think so. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm trying to pull it up. Do you have a link you can send me in the side chat? Go to the speech bubble on the top left.
Get the link.
But
let's see if I can work magic. Yep, I can. It's the same.
Yeah, the only reason we bring it up, guys, is
I'm trying to mute
it was getting really loud. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
You have to. I don't think I can unmute you now. So just unmute yourself when it gets back. When it gets back to quiet. But what I was going to say was, let's see. Oh, so the only reason we bring it up is because he was like a really good producer. And the music he was making was really good and all that stuff. So let's just give us the interview. Also, Girl in Japan says, Syndicate Yui is the same way. He ended up with Goemon Records. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
We talked about that before.
Of Goemon Records now.
Yeah, we talked about that before separately as our own.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, give me 1 second. Let me just make sure.
Jeff, I sent you the link. Jeff,
not sure.
I sent you the link. I sent you the link.
As in owning a label after band stuff. Owning, maybe not the right word. Being Pentagon's literal father. Yeah, sounds about right. Let's see. But no, not unmute yourself if you're.
I did. I said I sent you the link.
I will pull up
Jeff,
this link.
I said I sent you the link. Yeah, I sent it to you.
So this is
it's fucking Katsuya.
This is Katsuya's SoundCloud page. It's called fucking Katsuya.
Yeah, but it's just it only has Misanthropist on there. Yeah,
I would definitely just check him out though. I'm not gonna play any of his stuff, but I will. If you just go to SoundCloud and you search fucking Katsuya, that would be the best way to do things.
Yeah, the thing about Katsuya is that he's Misanthropist when he's doing his like solo work, but he's Katsuya in everything else he does. So, because his production work is separate from his solo work, even though he only like composes and writes lyrics and produces for his solo work. He doesn't sing. He always pulls in a different vocalist.
Let's click back over here. Yeah, at fucking Katsuya on Twitter. Yep. All right. Well, Winona is getting to a quieter place. We can go on a little bit. I don't know if anybody in the chat is a fan of Zaza. They've got a new single coming out. And get back over here. It's Winona and I have some very mixed feelings, some general concerns about Zaza. Where is Zaza? Down here. So the last few releases, and we did talk about this on that same episode where we talked about Lilith by Breaking Holiday. Winona brought up some really good points, and maybe she can speak to it a bit when she gets back, about how Zaza has really started to lose their touch from where they were, like even like a year ago or a couple of years ago, because they used to be a very band, and they had stuff like Shinitai and Kurai Kurai.
Jeff, what are you talking about right now? What are you trying to talk about right now?
Jeff. All right, guys, give me 1 second.
Jeff, what are you trying to talk about right now?
Trying to get Winona back here, or sound enabled again. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Say things?
I can hear you. And I had been talking the whole time.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah. I had made a lot of good points that you totally missed. Like the one about Katsuya, first of all, he doesn't go by Misanthropist sometimes. It's only when he does his solo work, which is when he composes and does and lyricizes and produces the music, or when he's performing his solo music. And he goes by Katsuya for everything else, which is when he's producing the music and only producing or remixing music. And then as far as Breaking Holiday goes, I don't know what you were trying to fucking talk about there, dude. Like, what were you trying to say?
For Breaking Holiday?
Yeah, because you were talking about how I made some good points with Lilith, and then I just kind of lost what you were trying to say from there.
Oh, no, it was Zaza.
Oh, yeah, Zaza. Yeah, they lost momentum when Roji left, is all I can say.
Yeah, well, I mean, it also seemed like they what is it we did? We decided. It was your point basically that I agreed with when I started to look at things, started to look at their new videos and things like that. But it was that they're kind of just going with trends, right?
Yeah, they were trying to copy what the in bands were doing now, I guess, because there was like right now, or at least at least last year, it looked like they were just really copying Dadaruma a lot. And I don't know what they're trying to do with their upcoming single. So I hadn't paid attention to any of the previews for that yet.
Okay, so that one will be interesting.
You said that one won't be interesting?
No, I said it will be interesting. Oh God, did it sound like won't?
Yeah.
I don't want to be mean to Zaza. I hope they get better. Asuka says I said a while ago I'm not clear. Am I still breaking up now? Let me check. Okay, I sound good on the stream. Okay, cool. Girl in Japan says my biggest concern with Zaza is Kazuki.
What's wrong with Kazuki? What's he been doing? What's he been up to?
Yeah. I would be curious to know a little bit more about that. Is he okay? Is what she's worried about.
I have no idea. That's a question for our contacts in Japan.
Yeah. So at any rate, there's a second. She says, "There's a second line. Who hurt him? It's a joke." God.
Oh. Who hurt him? Damn.
Yeah. So this is a weird one to talk about because it's like I did really like them a lot. So hopefully they bounce back. But,
I loved them. They were so good. They were just one of those bands, and now they're one of those bands.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna jump down now to Doubt with Senko Hanabi. And this one, I don't even know if they've had a preview out for it because I have not even had the chance to listen to it. If they have, it's just for me. Anything Doubt, I'm always excited about. So have you, Winona, have you listened to any of their stuff since they went indie? Like since they left PSC?
I haven't listened to any of the stuff since the vocalist said he was an Enka singer, which is probably a problem, but at the same time, I don't think it is. Not that I don't like his Enka stuff, I just haven't followed it.
Okay. Well, I can fill you in a little bit because this will be when you get caught up about this, you're going to be like, this trend is uncanny, So, basically they did what first Sug did and then what A9 did, which is they continued their style, but they went from like a more refined, crisply packaged, like mainstream form of their style to a wilder, crazier, more disorganized, more experimental version of their sound. Like they indie-fied their sound.
Since you mentioned A9, can we real quick talk about how they became a J-pop idol group?
We can get to that in a second because that's going to need context.
I know it is, but it's hilarious.
Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and fill us all in because I saw the clip, but I'm not aware of the context.
Okay, so I know that this was like a live performance, but Jeff, remember when you showed me that video where I forgot what song it was, where all the band members are singing and then they're all just dancing on stage and they just play that one song on repeat and it's like at the end of the concert. I feel like they took that part and said, it's really fun if we all just dance and sing. Like none of us have our instruments, we're all just dancing and singing. And then they took that and went to another live show this year and decided, hey, we're going to try and be Arashi real quick.
Well, then. Yeah, I did see it because you did show it to me. And they are doing choreographed dances. So the other thing is, okay, so
you're breaking out a lot. You broke up a lot in that first part you
sorry.
said before you said the other thing is.
Oh, okay. How do I sound now?
Better.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the other thing is that first of all, yeah, I saw the clip. It was very amusing. They were doing choreographed dances. It was very much they were trying to be. They were LARPing as J-pop boys. It's very funny. But the other thing is, relating it back to Doubt for a second, we're 3 for 3 with these PSC bands that have left. These more established PSC bands that have gone from being major on PSC to being indie, where they go from like this more mainstreamed, like really well packaged sound that they had at PSC, A9 was like way into like these pop rock club music, and Sug was, you know, they were headed that way with Sweet Toxic, and Doubt has just always been like highly compatible with like mainstream pop rock, and they've just been getting more and more polished in their production. All three of them have gone from that to these, you know, becoming an independent band again, and just going into this phase where it's like they were creatively suppressed, and it's like they're just letting it all out. So, but now there's another trend that we're 2 for 3 on right now, which is they go through the crazy experimental phase and they come out as pop stars, apparently, because we have Takaru is as Sleepyhead now, and now we have A9 doing more and more of the fun little J-pop stuff at their concerts. So what do you make of this, Winona?
I know why. This trend that we've gone through, I think I feel like everyone's trying to be Gazette right now in the sense that they all want to do wild shit.
Oh, true. I don't know if I could ever deal with backup dancers at a Gazette concert, to be completely honest.
I don't know if we'll ever see backup dancers at a Gazette concert.
Okay, good. Sorry, cut myself out there for a second. Okay, yeah, let's move through. Is there anything else on here, Winona, that you might be interested in?
Heck yeah. Umbrella's first full album called Darwin. I think they've been around since, like, I don't know, they've been around for a while, but this is their first full album, and I'm just kind of like mind blown about that.
Wow,
it's their first. Forever. Yeah, that's what it says on like CD Japan and stuff. It's like first full album Darwin, and I'm like, is this really their first full album? Like, because it reminds me of how like you feel about like Zigzag, right? That would be like they're releasing their first single after 3 years of activity. I'm just like,
oh my god, that shit is so wild. Oh, that's a release.
It's so crazy.
That's a release.
It is a release.
Oh my god,
it is.
Yeah, yeah, we got to write an article about that if we haven't already. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the band Zigzag, guys, but it's like this really tiny indie visual K band that has a really distinct look to them, and like a really manic, kind of crazy, but really experimental and interesting sound. And they're kind of just like wild in general. But you know, people like them and stuff like that. But let's see if I can find picture on our website of them, so I can kind of give you an idea of like what you know just kind of how interesting they are. But they've been around for like 3 years, and they've been putting out these singles, but none of them have actually been official, right? So it's just been live limited releases, and but they just announced their first full single, and so it's just getting weird. It's just really weird seeing that. Sorry, let me check the connection real quick to make sure I'm still okay here. Asuka asked, why is Umbrella's album called Darwin, by the way, Winona? Do you know?
Nah, I don't know. It might be the name of Dewey's rabbit. Who knows?
Okay. Follow-up question from Taya is who is in Umbrella?
Oh wait, I have an answer. Wait, maybe it's the guy, Charles Darwin, who figured out nature.
Who figured out nature?
I don't know how else to word that. I'm sorry.
No, you got it. That's perfect. Follow-up question from the chat is who is in Umbrella? Is there anybody that people would know from other places, from other bands?
My real question is, where's Chiao so she can answer this question? Let me go get Homegirl and see if she can answer this question real quick.
Oh, okay. In the meantime, I'm going to pull up this Zigzag photo as soon as the website loads. Here we go. Um, and then I will jump back to the umbrella thing. But since Winona brought it up, if you guys don't know who Zigzag is, this is Zigzag. They're down to 2 members now, but that's the vocalist style. So when these guys put out their first photo, here we go. Yeah, so when these guys put out their first photo, it kind of like blew everybody away a little bit because of this guy, the vocalist style and everything.
I love that. I loved that. When I saw that, I loved that.
Yeah.
It was great.
And you've listened to a lot of their stuff, right? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I love Zigzag. Zigzag's great. I think Zigzag's amazing.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
Zigzag fills the Zaza-shaped hole in my heart.
Oh, Hisoku, I'm so sorry. My Streamlabs window was lagging. So, but thank you for the $1 donation. It's much appreciated. If I can pull up your message. Good grief, everything is lagging for me right now. This is so great.
Okay, so I got an answer from Homegirl, and she said Yui was in Loki, which was supposedly popular. Quote. So was Loki popular? I don't know. But I know that Umbrella's also going to be in Canada at some point over this summer. They're going to be at Anime North.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, thanks a bunch, Hisoku, for the donation. And Hisoku says fire emoji, avocado emoji, fire emoji.
All the memes.
What's funny is that I'm not sure if he literally typed it out or if Streamlabs has translated the emojis into text. So I don't know if he's trolling me or if this dashboard is just a suboptimal way to look at this stuff. So, but yes, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Song recommendation for Zigzag. Oh man, what are the song names? Winona, do you have a song recommendation for Zigzag?
I can't remember anything, Jeff. I could barely explain who Charles Darwin was.
Okay, all right. We'll get back to you with the song recommendation. I suppose we'll have an article out on their first full single. Or their first official single that they're like putting out anywhere besides like live limited releases. So I'm assuming that since they took this long to put out a single, that this would be the one that they think is the one that's ready for other people. So maybe just keep an eye on that single.
Boy, that sounds wild.
What?
This is the one that's ready for other people to take in.
Yeah, well, like outside of their like, their live performance. Oh, did that sound like really, really dickish? No, I didn't mean it like that. But
Be just crazy.
I don't know. Why else would you wait this long? This is their first release period.
Maybe they're perfectionists, Jeff. Maybe they're like Mana and Wadi Swa. We're still waiting for that album from Mana. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That was another like good.
We're still waiting for that album from Yoshiki. You know.
Oh my God! Yeah, don't even. we have to stop talking about Yoshiki and X Japan stuff. I think it's killing us.
We're simultaneously burnt out.
Yeah. Okay. So also on here is Rave is releasing an album, Membure-san wo Torimasu. What's significant about this? Let me see. I don't know if CD Japan has like they usually have pretty interesting album covers. Also, this is the okay. I clicked on the wrong one. That's perfect. Oh, okay. Nope. Okay, let me go hunting for what they look like. But yeah, don't even bring up the X album from the chat. Yep, hear you, read you, loud, loud and clear. So what's significant about Rave with this album is this is going to be their first album. I don't. Is it a? Check and see if it was a mini album. Does it tell me? Yeah, it's a mini album. This is their first album since PSC. You guys didn't know, Rave got picked up really early on in their career by PSC, and after that, their releases just started like having like a massive amount of scope and variety. And,
weren't they leaving PSC? Like they're leaving indie PSC.
Yeah, that's why I just said. I'm giving for context that early on in their career they got picked up and they've just been like through the PSC grinder, and this is their first mini album since they left PSC. Well, their first release period since they left PSC. So we'll see like if they just keep following this trend of bands that just likes to that that when they leave PSC they just go like super crazy and experimental. I don't know. Because the other thing is their last single that they put out with PSC was like a metal, almost like a Oshariki version of metalcore, so I guess post-hardcore kind of a song where the vocals actually kind of screamed and stuff. And this is not a heavy band, so it's like, I don't know, is crazy experimental for them going to be heavy? Because the last thing they put out was heavy with PSC. But
I feel like we're in an era where the bands that leave PSC realize that they're artists, so they all just like try to they go crazy experimental because they want to be artists musically.
Yeah. So this is what they look like now. Very, I don't see pigtails very often on. So that's very unique. The look itself is already pretty unique, so it already seems like it's going towards that direction. But yeah. All right. Any of these other ones interest you, Winona? Because then we can start going back and forth on any that we have. Yeah.
Nah, that was all I had.
Yeah, I think the only one I would be close about is Fixer, but I'm still kind of holding off to see how they turn out. But they seem to be picking up momentum for a band that a band their size and stuff like that. So okay, so that was like May. That's like the immediate future, that kind of a thing. So let's get into the rest of the summer. Maybe we can go back and forth a little bit with any particular ones that we've got picked out. Winona, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I think Roy's has a single coming out, and then The Gallo has a single coming out, and Plastic Tree has their 41st single coming out. There's a lot of singles. There's so many singles.
Okay, so that's
yeah.
All right. Let me get some of this together. So
okay. All right.
Yeah. Can you read the chat a little bit while I do that? Just list them out and I'll grab all the ones.
I don't think.
Oh no, you can't because you're mobile. Because I totally forgot.
Yeah, because I'm on a bus. I'm on a boat. No, but trying to think. What was the? I don't know. Wait, Dexcore has their new single coming out called New Era, and then the second.
Oh my god!
That is going to be called Magnet.
We have to talk about that. But
yeah,
sorry, go ahead and finish.
I just know that the second track is going to be called Magnet, and then I think that comes out in June. I think might need to fact check me on that one, fam.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Let's see. But oh my God, Winona, have you seen? So for those of you who aren't familiar, we've covered Dexcore quite a bit at VKH Press, but Dexcore's drummer is the former drummer of Death Gaze. So a lot of people have been keeping an eye on him, and they're pretty good. I enjoy them. So, but Winona, have you seen this lyric video that they put out?
I have not.
Okay. Okay. First of all, okay. So I'll jump to the article so people can kind of be looking at this while I grab the next thing. So, yeah. So they've got a new single coming out June 27th, and I don't know why whoops. Let me refresh. So for those of you who kind of aren't familiar, it might sound weird, but Winona, I think we decided that Dexcore was like the perfect way to describe their sound. Wasn't that what we decided?
We said it was like deathcore but edgy, which is why it was Dexcore. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me grab this. I just for context for what's going on here, I'm grabbing it at some specific timestamps for this lyric video. Let's see what we got here. We got.
I'm gonna need you to read the lyrics out loud. I'm dying.
Okay. Oh, you can't see the screen share, right?
I can see it, but my current disposition won't allow me to read it.
Where are we? Okay, here we go. This is good. Come on. No, come on. No. Okay. 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 Well, for starters, this one's pretty good right here. If you saw the thumbnail, it's a picture of like a pig, and and it said something like, "Hey, money, what's your fucking name?" But let me go back and grab the timestamp that I had just found. For starters, basically the song's all in English, but and it's all really like intense and screaming and stuff. But it's like it's a lot of stuff they didn't quite nail. Let me see if I can. Sorry, copied the link over wrong. Okay, so got hello, shitty pigs. You don't deserve to fucking eat. Just a lot of weird. It's very, very. It's very heavy. It's very. This is. Winona, can you see this? This is pretty. This is pretty easy to look at on your phone.
Yep, I can see that.
I'm assuming they're like trying to make that connection of the. It's like the corrupt police and. But yeah, so this is pretty fun, pretty weird and wild. But all kidding and teasing aside, they are pretty good. They're a good band. What do you think of Dexcore, Winona?
Wow, this was the band that we thought was the vocalist just voguing at the camera, right, the whole time.
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
Sophia used that as an example in her PV article, like her PV trope bingo article. Wonderful. I went through it yesterday. So.
I saw that the Visual K bingo, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a good band. I look forward to seeing more from them.
Yeah.
Mostly because of my Death Gaze bias, but that's fine.
For sure. It's that's a healthy bias. Asuka says Dexcore is 3 core 5 me. Hisoku says I can't breathe, and I can't wait for LMC's new album. So yeah. Oh, and for anybody who like started in like the last, like watching these in the last 2 episodes and are wondering who Winona is, she is actually my co-host and my and we're co-owners of VKH.
Jeff's boss. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
we share the position at this point.
Yeah, basically. So I mean, she's this girl was raised in the J-rock and visual kei music industry, so I kind of defer to her on a lot of this stuff.
Been in this since I was 14. Haha. I'm not even kidding, which is what's so sad.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, how it's going to affect her social interactions and skills long term, we have yet to see. But in the meantime, she's a fantastic owner, co-owner.
Because I have no social life.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Who do we want to talk about next?
The Gallo had a single.
Sorry.
Coming out. I forgot the name of the single, but I know they're so excited about it. They even retweeted our article. I saw that.
Oh, was this the one that with the PV that just came out?
I think.
Pluto. Oh no, they just have a lookout for it, I think.
No. That's the one though. That's the one. Because they claim Pluto, which is great. And I'm looking forward to it because I love the Gallo. So.
Yeah, I was thinking of
bias.
They must have had a PV, a recent single then, because they do have another single that had just come out. Unless. Okay, well, I will put this up for now because this is a great look, by the way, for the record. 10 out of 10. Winona, if you can't see it, it's they have edited how do I describe this? It's a picture of all of the band members in matching like suits with like grayish suits with white patterns, but they all have bags on their heads. And then in front of them is like this little like these plates on a stand, and they're the members' actual heads from like a shot where they don't have bags on their heads have been edited in to be like standing on each of the plates that are in front of each of the band members. So, so that's the Gallo continuing to be weird and wonderful, or wonderfully weird. But yeah, so that's coming out June 27th, and we'll have 3 songs. I'll go through these really quick. You guys can see them, or I'll click through them real quick, just because this is one of those bands that their look is always like worth like kind of looking at, because they always have something crazy going on, like good kind of crazy, not like bad kind of crazy. You guys see that? Looks pretty good to me. Preview. So yeah, that is Gallo. their PVs are actually crazier than their look, and they're on YouTube. So if you're interested, you want to check those out. What'd you have? Did you have? What'd you have next, Winona? Did you have something else next?
I think it was Roy's new single. I forgot what that one was called too. I went through a list.
Oh, okay, no worries. I can look up what it is, but let's see. While I'm doing that, I wanted to talk about Unite's upcoming album. Have you seen the PV that just came out for that? It very recently dropped.
If it came out this weekend, I have not seen it. If it came out this week, I still have not seen it. It's been finals week. I haven't seen anything. So under a month.
Yeah, same. But I did get to see like about 30 seconds of it when I had like half a second. And I'd also seen like the extended preview that they've had of it, and it's called the album is called New Classic, and it is going to be. It looks really interesting because it looks like a really well thought out take on like this retro, almost I guess disco kind of music. So it's Unite really stepping out in a unique direction. I'm trying to find a picture for this, but if you guys go to Danger Crew Records YouTube channel, you should definitely check that out because it's pretty interesting. Unite makes a lot of light rock music, but definitely kind of a newer take on it, I guess. They kind of been pretty consistent over their career. So yeah, that one's going to be really interesting when it drops, and that is coming out. New Classic. Let's see, June 20th.
Yeah, I've been good though. How about yourself?
And let's see. It's unfortunate, I guess. A lot of the upcoming CDs on CD Japan don't really have like album art until like closer to when they come out, I guess. Winona, is that like?
Yeah, I think that I feel like that happens more or less because CD Japan doesn't get the album art in time, or at the time that it's announced, because they get the announcement, but then they usually don't put up the album artwork until the CD, like a week before the CD is being sold.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm really curious about how that's going to go. And give me 1 second. Sorry, it's getting a little loud by me. I'm about 30 seconds away from pulling up the Royce thing. So, yeah.
Is Jeff gone? Did Jeff just disappear? What happened to Jeff?
I muted myself. I'll be right back.
Oh no. I was going to be like, press F in the chat and pray for Jeff.
I muted the chat for a quick second.
Okay. What's up, chat? I can't read you, unfortunately. Let's see. I'm laying on the floor, trying to hold on, trying to survive. I wonder how I can read the chat though. Let's see if YouTube improved so I can open a chat in the app. Somehow I doubt this. Oh god, I doubt this is gonna work. Anyway, chat, tell Jeff what you're excited about in this summer. Is there any, let's see, let me think. I want to say something about tour. I know this weekend Kai is at DragCon right now. And then I know that LMC is about to do a nationwide tour. And
Okay, I'm back. Thanks. Good job. Good. That was good. You weren't working with. You didn't have much to work with there, but I appreciate it. Okay. Hopefully, I'm not don't have too much background noise right now. But this is Royce's new look for their new single. The new single is called Doll. And it is coming out on June 27th. So, Winona, what are your thoughts on how Royce's music has kind of the direction it's been going in? I guess it's been going places. I don't know. They've seen like they've gone a little bit back and forth over the last couple of years. What have you thought about Royce, like their recent stuff?
I found an dozen pins at OG on the ground.
Oh, did we lose Winona? Hello? Did you mute yourself? Or you're muted? Okay. Well, I will read the chat real quick and see what the responses were. Let me put this back up. Oh no, Winona, come back. Wow. Wow, it looks so cute. I'm crying. Oh my God. Jeff and Winona can't exist at the same time. # pray for Winona. Thank you for praying for her. Yeah, they're trying. Yeah. Life is conspiring to keep us from doing this stream, but we won't let it happen. So, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me at least? Let me check the stream. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Okay, cool. Well, if you can hear me, cool. So, yeah. We can kind of, while we wait for whatever happened to fix itself, let me message her. Okay, so maybe while we're doing that, or maybe while we're trying to see, maybe while we try and get her back, I can talk about one that I had, a release that I had. Make sure you guys tell us what you're excited about in the chat. I've seen a lot of LMCs, so I definitely hear you on that one. I very much enjoyed their last album. We've just got these funky beats in the background. Yeah, it's very appropriate. It's like elevator music is playing in the background here. Sorry about that. Let's see. Oh, her app crashed. Okay. Yes. Hopefully she'll be back in a second. She was on it. She was on her phone, so she'll be back shortly. Let's see.
Oh God, I'm back.
Oh my God.
Jeff, I literally died.
I was so worried. We were praying for you. The chat was praying for you.
The chat was like, Winona can't survive, fam. I couldn't even read it. I could just feel it. I was like, oh no, I have to talk about singles on my own, and I'm barely alive right now.
Yeah, well, the That's funny because I had the exact same thought process happen.
Oh no.
We're like two like severely debilitated people that our combined efforts can accomplish, you know, the same task as one fully functioning human.
I'm literally laying on the floor.
I'm so tired.
Under my head. I'm laying on a bus floor with a pillow.
Okay. All right, we gotta keep it positive.
Did anyone hear me talk about the Royce single? I talked about that, and I was very proud.
No, you
Even
cut
though
out.
it was a terrible description. No, I was talking about Royce's 15th single. It's called Doll, and it's like $16, and it has like 4 types, but it's weird because it's like 2 of the types are like it's technically 2 types because I can't even think of what the differences are between the 4 types because 2 of the types are like live limited or limited edition.
You're roboting out, fam. Hey, hold off on talking for a second, Winona. You're cutting in and out. Just let it pass. Okay. Try talking now. Go ahead and try talking now. You there?
So it's 4 types. Type A and B are DVD limited editions. They both have limited edition DVDs. Type C and D are both regular editions, and I don't know what the differences are between types A and B and C and D respectively. The only differences between types A and B and then C as 2 separate groups are that types A and B both have DVDs and types C and D do not. So I don't know what Royce is trying to pull, but the look is fire though, so you should look at their look.
Yeah, I've got it up on the screen actually.
There it is. It's fire. It's a fire look.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is pretty fire. They're bringing back those. Oh man, is that leopard spots? We going back to this form of Neo Visual K?
Okay, I hate leopard print. I'm sorry. If you're gonna do animal print, just do snake skin and call it dragon.
Yeah, for sure. We're getting some requests to talk about LMC's new album. Do you want to jump to that?
They know nothing and I know nothing. LMC has told us nothing about the album other than it's an album with new things.
Wait, really?
Yeah, all they said was like, oh yeah, we're gonna do some more experimentation, so like, you know, like please like please look forward to it. And it's like, okay, yeah, sure, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, so, yeah. August 8th. So
yeah.
Yeah, there's not a ton to talk about. We have talked about LMC, like how we felt about their last album, The Buddha, which is like I'll speak for myself, but I was like pleasantly surprised. And then James, who's one of our other reviewers, he'll usually write our he writes this article series at the end of the year. It's like the top 30 like Visual K albums of the year, and The Buddha ranked really high. Or sorry, not The Buddha. That's the name of the first song. Sorry, guys, I'm drawing a blank. What's the name of the album?
The Veda. It's called Veda.
Veda.
And they also have a song on there called Avocado, and I remember that because it was so funny when I asked them about it. It was so funny. They didn't know the deal with avocados in the U.S., so I had to explain it to them. And then their minds were blown. It was great.
I'm seeing that they did put out the chat saying they did put out a new look for it. So we'll look into all this and like definitely have something out for you guys, you know, tomorrow. For the article, we were just just kind of missed this one from the past activities. So, but I can kind of like try and stalk Twitter real quick and see if I can grab the photo for people. But see if anybody put it out there. Oh, yep. There we go. I think yeah, this looks new to me. Okay. Winona, are you able to get a glimpse of this if I share it on the screen? I guess it's right there.
I see a white screen. I'm waiting for it to load and catch up with whatever you're showing people. All right, yeah. Yeah, that looks good.
Oh, you roboted out again. Just give it a quick second. Can you try talking again?
It's a new look. It's a new look. It's a new year. It's a new LMC.
Yeah, basically. It's about that. It kind of suggests more of a punk thing this time. Like maybe they're leaning more towards the punk thing. I know they're like generally punk, but it's like.
Well, like the spikes remind me of Punky Heart that are around Maya's neck. So, you know, call back to that. I don't know what they're going for this time, though.
Yeah. Maybe like Punky Heart, but like done in Veda style of like, you know, more mature Oshari K kind of thing. So unfortunately we just don't have any way to speculate.
I'm gonna let you try and figure out the words for that.
What?
What you just said, I'm like, it has to be an adjective. So Buddhist heart, I guess. I don't know.
The words for that? Did what I say not make sense?
No, it didn't.
Okay, let me try it again. So the, you know, we had said on the Buddha was, or Veda was like a much more mature kind of Oshari K sound from them. So maybe this is like revisiting their, you know, the more flamboyant parts of their Oshari K, like Punky Heart, but from that mature style, that that slightly more aged style, you know, that kind of thing. That's the best I can offer right now since we have so little information. And
better.
Yeah. So okay. I think it's time to talk about Ninth by the Gazette, right? You wanna
You do that. You do that.
you don't want to talk about it?
I do, but I don't know if I can talk. I feel dead.
Okay. I'll talk on it first and then I'll get into it. So I know there's some Gazette fans in the chat and some LMC fans. So shout out to the both the youths. What I want to hear what you guys are hoping to see on 9th, or like what you think it might be. And I can give you my thoughts as well. I think this just going. I mean, mainly I have to go off. All I have to go off of is like Falling and the new look and everything like that. And what I'm hoping for is that this will basically be like the album that moves the visual K scene like into like 2018. Because they're not really behind the rock or metal scene in America. It's usually ahead, but the problem with making it in America these days is that you're not really competing. If you're a rock band or a metal band, you're not really competing with other rock or metal bands. The bigger problem is you have to compete with other genres that have now gotten so big that they've taken over like places and like areas of the market where like rock or metal used to dominate more. Metal's still doing, pretty good, all things considered, but like it's at this point, it's to the point where it's like, it's kind of a, I don't know, rock's really not doing good. That's the easiest way I can describe it. So the fact that, they're working with the producer that they're working with, and, they really went out of their way, that they're going back to the electronic sound, and they really went out of their way to like do like a lot of like the production effort that would go into a top 40 song is kind of the vibe that I get out of it. Because it's pretty easy for, people to kind of discount like the musical quality of top 40 music. And that's probably like fair a lot of the times. But what a lot of people don't realize is that those songs are like, when they're written and like, identified as a hit to be released, those songs are locked and loaded to be successful. So they get, because they know that like this is going to be the thing that like out of the this is a hit, this is going to be one that's going to catch on fire. They will go and get like the most talented producers in the industry, and they will lean in on it and make sure it sounds crispy clean and everything like that, and so I think because the Gazette kind of has that aspect of pop starness to them, and that they do like to play with pop music, they do like to play with R&B music and EDM and things like that. And I think they've been doing that long enough that it only makes sense that they would like get like a, like a high level producer, like the one they have. And I know that their producer is not a pop producer, obviously, like that would be kind of be a problem, right? It's Josh Wilbur, who's Lamb of God's producer. So he's not an accomplished pop hit producer. He's an accomplished metal hit producer. But the reason I bring up that point about like I make the top 40 comparison is because when I hear like the non-metal parts of Falling, they sound really legit, like really legit. Like, the dubs, the dubstep and EDM in like, the Division album and Inside Beast and stuff like that. It was good and interesting, but it was I don't know how to describe it. It was built differently. Like it was its own thing. It wasn't like something you could draw a comparison to like nightclub music or something like that. It was very sinister and kind of crazy. It was more of like an alternative style of EDM, something like The Prodigy. It's kind of vibes I would get off of it and stuff. But again, this is just like going off of all I've heard in Falling, which is like, picking through what's going on during the song and which changes a lot. And then just also that beginning part. But I've just really got a hunch that like, if they were able to make me notice that from a intense song like this, it makes me wonder how versatile they could be with this album. Like in terms of like what kinds of, obviously what kinds of genres they cover. Winona and I are obviously hoping for some experimentation with trap. We had said trapcore, but at this point, like I don't know if it would be trapcore, just trap plus rock, or like a slow trap song, or we want trap. We want the Gazette to mess with trap, and more hardcore Gazette fans are all aware of the hard trap music that was used in when the Gazette debuted their fashion line towards the end of last year, in the trailer. So I think a lot of us got tipped off to it's like, oh, are we going to see something fire soon? Are we going to see something great? We're going to see something we are super about. I mean, is something I'd be super into. Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me.
I have a comment on the rock pop thing.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
So I realized while we were talking about it that because that is facing the Western world from a pop music perspective, like a lot of Japanese artists are, but what happened with other bands when they okay, hold on. I think what happened, can you hear me?
Yes.
I think what happened with other bands is that when they tried to release them, because they got like those top 40 producers, and that's why One OK Rock sounds like a Taka solo project. But then with Gazette, they specifically got a metal music producer so that they could experiment with their sound more, but not lose the essence of who they are in what they sound like, you know, which is a rock band ultimately. And yeah, so they're aiming for top 40, but just in the quality of sound, and I think that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, that was pretty much what. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, that's what I was kind of trying to get across.
Yeah, I think that makes me feel a lot better about how their album will sound, because I was like really worried that this album is just gonna be like, man, it's just gonna be Change. It's gonna be their version of Change, you know. But I don't think it's gonna be that anymore. I think we're just gonna hear more of what we heard from Falling.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
much more expanded,
yeah,
and diverse.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think that's an irrational concern, because the albums this guy has produced have been very hit and miss. They've been big albums, but they've been very hit and miss. But I don't think it's his fault. And the reason is that like some of the hit albums have been like Bloodsuckers by Vamps, and then their first album, their 2009 album, which escapes me. I want to say, obviously, Lamb of God, like all of Lamb of God's stuff has been smash hit, right? But then like the misses have been Crossfade worked with them to produce Xeno, which was their last album. And while I personally liked it, I know a lot of fans kind of felt it was overproduced and like, you know, kind of lacking in direction. And then this guy also produced Motionless in White's last album. And I don't know what percentage of fans would you say had, or of like people, I guess metal listeners or Motionless in White listeners, would you say had issues with Motionless in White's last album, Winona?
I did not pay attention to their reaction to the album. Wait,
what was your reaction?
Which album are we talking about?
Motionless in White's last album?
No, what was the name of the album?
Oh, Graveyard Shift.
Oh, shoot! It's been so long since I heard it. I guess that's my reaction. I couldn't hear it more than a certain number of times.
Yeah, basically the trend I'm seeing is that if you're like a experienced band, and you know, you've got a solid grasp on your identity, and you want to experiment and branch out and head in a new direction, or you know, just try all these different things, this guy works pretty well for you, or this guy works great for you. You know, like Bloodsuckers by Vamps. I thought that was a great album personally. But if you're maybe a little bit younger, maybe not quite as certain of your direction, and still trying to experiment, but not have quite complete control over where you want your like creative vision, like what direction you want to go with your creative vision and things like that. You know, like bands like Crossfaith and Motionless in White are pretty small bands. Are fairly young bands. They're not small, but they're still fairly young compared to like Lamb of God or even the Gazette. And it seems if you do that, your album comes out kind of overproduced, maybe a little derivative in like your your more unique sound kind of is missing a bit more. So if you look at it that way, I would say that's another way of looking at it and being like, oh, well, you know, probably won't need to worry because the Gazette's entire career is based on trying and experimenting new things. So their core sound and concept is beyond established, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be able to keep changing like what they're experimenting with every album. You know, they wouldn't be able to keep it together. Yeah, I'm not too worried at this point. But Winona, I think you well, I'm not worried. I'm not like worried in any major way at this point, but I think, Winona, you can speak to this a little bit, that we're just kind of on high alert because there's been a lot of big releases for us that have been a bit of a letdown. do you want to share your feelings on that? Let that out a little bit while we're on the topic.
Hold on a second.
All right.
You go on. You go on with what you're saying. I'm not up to talk right now.
Not okay. Yeah. Okay. No worries. Yeah, I'll talk about it a little bit and read the chat, and then we'll actually kind of close up at that, you know, next 5-10 minutes or so anyway. So let's see. What was I saying? Oh, it's just the reason Winona and I are like, the reason we're talking like it sounds like we're worried about like the Gazette's new album. It's not because like we're usually ever really concerned about the Gazette's new album, but we're just really paranoid because like a lot of the big releases have been kind of letdowns. At least in terms of what we personally prefer to hear or see out of some of these artists, you know. I think Kami Joe's album was a bit of a problem for a lot of people, like very divisive, kind of the direction that he went. I really need to talk to more Kami Joe fans and see, maybe we can do a live stream on I don't, well, okay. I need to reach out to more Kami Joe fans and get their opinion, you know, and see how harsh it is and things like that. And then maybe we can do a live stream talking about it, maybe, you know, listening to people. But I just definitely know, there are a lot of like different reactions to the Kami Joe album. And then the Duran Gray's last single for us was a little bit disappointing as well, because from the trailer, like the preview for it, it was like the chorus sounded awesome, and so we were like, oh, this is going to be a great fleshed out song, and the chorus is awesome, but it's the song. I think that what we settled on was the way I want to describe it, or the way I just stick with describing it, is that they tried to take like their avant-garde metal sounds, or their alternative, like their avant-garde metal sound, and squeeze it into like a new metal song format, basically. So it comes out like kind of compressed. So yeah, we've just been like a little let down. Oh God, I think this music's coming in pretty strong in the background. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me know if you guys are having trouble hearing me. But I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to wrap it up pretty soon. Those are my general opinions on Ninth, or what I would, what I'm looking at into Ninth being. I will also say that we will be talking about this like quite a bit more, because I'll just tease it like that. We're going to have a couple more streams where, some of these releases that we've referred to are going to be like, you know, going back and looking into again. But these are just like, it's almost like an overview of like the most anticipated stuff. And then, you know, I mean, I'm going to want to talk about the most anticipated stuff when it comes out. You know, so, but yeah, looking forward to it. Maybe I can sneak one more in here just because I want to give a plug for these guys. Just because I think they're great. And I think this is a big moment for them. Jiluka is releasing an album, and it's their first full album. And if you guys haven't checked these guys out, they're excellent, I would say. They're wild, they're crazy. They kind of started out as like Delhi on steroids, you know, like kind of like a Delhi style song formula with like gent stuff. Like gent-core influences, so like a lot of gent in it. And then they just kind of took a turn into something like Nocturnal Bloodlust, but with gent, because they got all crazy with like these like irregular influences and almost like, you know, deathcore styles of breakdowns, but done in a gentcore style. Just look up Jiluka. It's like the easiest thing I can say. But I definitely wanted to plug them real quick because their first album's coming out. It's coming out in August, I believe. Yeah. And I will be looking forward to reviewing that because they have just gotten more and more interesting as time goes on. So I think with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Let's see. I'm getting a... yeah. Oh, okay. This is perfect timing because Winona actually messaged me. She had to leave. She's not feeling too well, but that's okay because I was just about to read chat and close up. So make sure you guys pray for Winona some more. Thanks for putting up with us through this kind of inconvenient stream situation. I'll make it up to you guys with the next one. It'll be even more souped out than yesterday's was. Like in terms of like looking super nice and having cool stuff. So yeah. All right, let's look at the chat. Owie literally has a cyber goth look. Yeah, it's about right. Let me go back to the... Yeah, yeah. I guess I should comment on the look a little bit. I love the look. I'm all about the look. It's like Goth-tron. Not really. It's oh man, what did someone call it? Someone on our Facebook or on Twitter like responded, and it was really interesting. It's like a retro. It was a retro throwback, but post-apocalyptic at the same time, or something like that. Yeah, and yeah, my mistake. It was Rookie's fashion line, not the Gazette's fashion line. So that when I was referencing like the fashion line that had the trap beat and stuff like that. So let's see. Fallings cleans are pretty popish. Yeah, I agree. But it plays well, and I'm curious to see how it's going to work out. So, yeah. What else? I hope they make it to the top 40. That would be sweet. Yeah, I don't know if they'll ever, if they're going to make it to the top 40 while they're this heavy. But that's the thing, right? Is it's like if their production is like this sweet, you know, maybe they do a song where they like hop out of the metal genre altogether. And they do some crazy like, you know, ballad kind of thing. I don't know. You never know. You honestly never know with this band. But they have access to the production skill to do this. So I love more low-key VK style. The Gazette's new look is a win-win for me. Yeah, I feel you. It's easier to relate to. So you look at it and you're like, okay, that's doable. I gotta get inspired to that. Because I like to look at music artists for like fashion ideas and stuff. And so when someone's dressed like they're from like the fifth dimension, and like they took 8 hours to get their hair correctly like crafted into a series of spikes and stuff, like it's cool to look at, but it's like yeah, this is more of what I'm looking for. And I will say Kai like absolutely destroys like with his new style. Like that dude got it figured out. This look, like, yeah, he's I'm jealous. That's why I trailed off. I'm like, damn. He looks really, really on point. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks so much for tuning in and putting up with all the stutterings and interruptions and stuff like that. We'll see you next week, or next Saturday evening, if not sooner. And please like this and subscribe and maybe share with your friends. I'll probably go back and clip out some of the parts where we like dropped out and stuff, so make it more watchable for people in the future. But yeah, so these are our most anticipated releases, me and Winona. If you didn't leave it in the chat already, if you're watching this in the future, let us know in the comments what you're looking for. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. Take it easy.